I have some very exciting news to share. In September, which really isn't that far away, in just a few weeks' time, I will be going to Uganda, which I'm very excited for, a little bit nervous, but just the overall feeling is just very excited. I will be going with one of my clients, African Pastors Fellowship. Go and check them out. I will link them somewhere as to whichever platform this ends up on. They are a really awesome charity doing work with African pastors in equipping them with resources and predominantly sort of tech resources to be able to better share the gospel and minister to their communities. So for me, it's really exciting that I get to say that this trip is for work. You know, it's not just a holiday. It's not a holiday at all, but this is actually, I get to go and do this for work. I am going to gather stories and content, both video and photography, for APF to be able to share the amazing work that they do with their partners, and in particular eVitabu, which is a Bible app. I'd really recommend going and visiting the APF website and just finding out a bit more about what they do. It's so interesting to see the sort of culture differences, but also actually the resources that we are privileged to have in the UK compared to other parts of the world. And it's just so encouraging and fascinating to see the work that they're doing and the impact that they're making. And if you're looking for a small charity or ministry to support and you're interested in tech and digital and that not being a barrier to people being able to share the gospel, then APF is the one that you need to go and see. I have set up a stewardship fundraiser, so if you'd like to support APF, that would be amazing. The fundraiser isn't specifically for the trip, but just for generally APF and the awesome work that they do. So yeah, go and check that out. If you'd like to support me, I could really do with a lot of prayer. I am very excited to be going, but this is my first trip to Africa, so going to sort of such an unknown part of the world, you know, does bring with it a little bit of trepidation. I'd really ask for prayers to get good content, you know, that I get to meet the right people, hear the right stories, be in the right moments to get the right stuff. I don't want to kind of come back and feel that I've missed opportunities, so just sort of being able to be aware of what's around me and what I might be able to capture, that would be amazing. Also prayers that all my travelling goes well and that there are no hiccups and, you know, it just all goes smoothly, that would be amazing. But also actually that my health stays tip-top, you know, whilst I'm out there and upon my return. I always feel a bit awkward saying kind of this part, but if you'd like to financially support me directly, that would be really awesome, as I could do with some help. I'm really lucky with this trip that I don't have to pay for travel or accommodation, that's all covered, but there are still a few costs that I have to cover. The vaccinations are a bit pricey. Last week I had my first round through the NHS ones, which were great, but I have to go and get some additional ones to make sure that I am safe whilst I'm out there, and yeah, they're a bit pricey. Which is a bit scary, but obviously it's worth it to make sure that I don't get anything whilst I'm out there. But also obviously I want to get the best content, and I do think that there are possibly a few bits of kit that would be helpful to be able to get. I always feel a bit awkward asking for support with things like mics and memory cards and things like that. You know, it feels really, vain's the wrong word, but it feels very unnecessary, because surely I could just do it with whatever I've got, and that is mostly true, but sometimes a bit of extra kit does help, especially if I'm trying to do this as a job and as a ministry and create the best content that I possibly can. And it feels I feel very uncomfortable sort of putting that out there in the world, and especially on the internet, but at the same time I feel that this is what God wants me to be doing. This is my ministry field, and there are times when people want to support that, and you know, hopefully people get to benefit through the work that I do. And so kind of just want to put it out there that if anyone does want to, you can support me through Buy Me a Coffee. Again, I will link everything in the various description boxes, but yeah, that would be really awesome if you fancied helping me in my digital mission journey. That would be awesome. At the end of the day, I'd rather you support APF because their work is the priority, but if you would, that would be awesome. And whilst I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to be putting my content, personal content, out during my trip, it might be that I wait till afterwards. I really cannot wait to share the adventure that I get to go on with this trip, and yeah, be able to kind of show what it's like to go out and meet people and gather content, take videos, photography, just write loads of stuff down. I'm very excited and a little bit nervous. So prayers is like the major thing. Please, prayers. That would be amazing. But any help would be awesome, and please do go and find out more about APF and go and support them. Huge blessings to you all, and I can't wait to take you on the trip with me.